Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. This is Great Beard Garage. My name is Matt, and today we're out here with our 16-foot utility trailer, and we're going to be doing a couple things. We have a flat tire down here. I'll show you that, and then we're also going to be replacing the electrical on here. So it's been patched up and fixed a couple different times, so we're just going to go ahead and completely replace it, and we'll show you that process as well. So guys, first thing we're going to do is pull this tire off, because we're going to have to get that fixed to figure out what's wrong with it, and then we'll move into taking the old wiring off and running the new stuff. So guys, let's go for a little ride. Alright guys, so sorry about the road noise. As you guys know, or may know if you've been on the channel for a while, is that we have a ton of road traffic out here. So what we're going to do is pull this tire off. You can see it's flat, so we need to get that figured out. And then I have also a new tool, this Ryobi 18 volt half-inch impact. It was my Father's Day present, which was pretty cool. And part of that is going to be in another video. We'll explain what we're doing and why we're going with some Ryobi, because as you know, I have DeWalt. So let's go ahead and get this thing pulled off, and then we can get going. If I can get this thing to slide over. There you go. First time sliding using this. Alright. So guys, these nuts are 13/16. So we're going to go ahead and pull these off. Okay. And I think this has a feature where when the bolt does break loose, it knows that it's broken loose and it stops. We'll double check that, but I'm pretty sure that's how that's set up. So we need to jack this up, put a stand under it, and we'll pull this wheel and tire off. So let's go ahead and do that. I think this jack is in better days. Or it might just be fully extended. Alright, so let's pull this off. Alright, let's see if we can see what's, if we can figure out what's wrong with it real quick. That might be it. I think there's a nail right there. That's not good. It's in the outside tread. Shoot, that looks like there's maybe 2 nails in here. Uh-oh. At least 2. Well, I don't even know if I'll be able to get this patched because of where they're located. Let me show you guys real quick here. So I think what we've got is a nail here, right? You can see the rust around it. And same thing here. Man, with these being in the outside tread, I don't know if I'll be able to get that patched or even plugged. At least not by a mechanic or an auto shop. That sucks because these are in pretty good shape. All right, well, we'll deal with that on another day, but we need to go ahead and pull the wire off, and we're going to cut it here so I can kind of just remember how it's attached back here on this light. And then we'll run the new stuff back, and we'll show you all that. All right guys, so as I had said, we're going to cut this off back here just so I can remember how these are wired up, and then we'll do the same thing on the other side. Then we're going to go up to the front of the trailer and we'll pull all that wire through. And actually we'll cut this right here since it's kind of bundled together. Alright. So let's go to the front and pull this. Come along. Alright guys, so we're at the front. We have this wire secured with a zip tie here. We're just going to go ahead and cut that loose. We've got a couple zip ties throughout here. Cut those loose. Then we'll attempt to pull all this out. And I may have zip tied them underneath too. So we'll have to double check that. Anyway, that's what we're going to do. So let me pull all this out and we'll come back. Alright guys, so we have all the wire removed now. But we're losing light quick, so I don't know how much I'll be able to get done, but I'm going to start looking underneath where I'm going to try and run this stuff and see if we can get you under there with us to take a look. So I want to do a couple things differently, and like I said, I want to put in a couple of guide lights also, probably on the front of the wheel wells, and then one in each corner, I think is what we'll do. So let's go ahead and see if we can get the wire started. Okay guys, so we picked up this wire kit from Harbor Freight. It was I don't know, like 15 bucks. And then I had the 25% off coupon for being inside Track Club member. So I got it for a lot less. So 25% off of that. I'm not doing the math in my head, forget it. But I also bought some heat shrink and some butt splices, and we'll see about using those for the guide lights. We're gonna get this opened up and we're gonna run this wire under the trailer now. Okay guys, so we've got our wire laid out the length of the trailer up to the tongue, and now I just got to figure out which side's which. Usually the green and brown is right side, so I'm just going to double check on the directions here, but that's how it was before. So let's go ahead and check that, and then we can make sure we're running it down the right side or correct side. Alright guys, so I just conferred with the directions, which I thought was right anyway, but green brown goes on the right and the red yellow goes on the left. So we're going to go ahead and separate those out on each side. So we'll do the yellow red over here and the green brown on this side. Alright guys, so we're going to start here, and then we're going to come along the frame here, and then we'll go underneath the trailer. So let's go under there now. We'll come under here, and then I'll drill through here, which you can see there's already a hole there, but we're going to go a little larger. And then we'll just drill another hole here because we didn't have one here. And we'll do the same thing down. I had to replace beams here because the original frame was bent. So we replaced these beams and we never drilled through. So that's something I need to do now. So I'm going to go ahead and start drilling holes through here. And that way we can run our wire all the way down. Alright guys, well hopefully you can see under here. You can see maybe, let's see if I can get you under here. There's a pass-through hole here already, so we don't have to drill that one out. But we do need to kind of get these widened out down here. So I'm going to go ahead and widen this one out just a little bit. Alright guys, so I went ahead and changed the bit to a step bit. So we'll see if that helps out. If you hear fireworks in the background, there's a good reason for that. It's July 4th. So that means we should be hearing them for at least the next 2 weeks. So we put our step bit on here. Let's see if this does any better. so that's definitely a little better than it was. Then we gotta come over here, roll this out here. Let's see if you guys can see this or not. Probably not. I do think my tripod might be too tall, but let's see if we take you off of here and set you on the ground underneath. Let's see. Well, I'm certainly no videographer. Videographer, I don't know, whatever that word is. I'm not that. So, we'll go ahead and hit this thing here from the back side. Alright guys, so it's a couple days later, and I gotta figure out something better with that end, the way it ends there, but I've got it underneath now, all the way under, and it runs through the frame all the way to the front. So I got the other side drilled out. I just need to get over there and run the wire. And this is a goofy setup. The brown controls your running lights here, but up front the red runs rear markers in the back. So I might just use that as a marker for the right hand side. Even though that's not what it's technically for, it's supposed to run your red marker lights in the back. So anyway, we're gonna go ahead and get all this set up, and then the white obviously is your ground, which I'll just ground up here somewhere. But we need to move on to this tire. So this tire has, I think I showed you guys earlier, one there and then one there. And I gotta look over the whole thing and make sure that's it, but there's no way anyone's gonna patch that. No shop. So I'm gonna pull those out. I got some green slime we're gonna stick in there, and it's just gonna have to work because it's just the way it is. So to do that, we have to pull out your Schrader valve from here, stuff it full, we'll pull the nails out, and we'll go ahead and get all that done. All right guys, so let's get this thing set up here a little bit, see if this makes sense. We got our nail here, so we're gonna go ahead and pull that out. Let me make sure you guys can see that. Let me check my screen real quick. Nope. All right. So I'm gonna try not to move the tire. Uh-oh, there it is. So let's go ahead and yank this one out. Well, if it wants to come out, might get different set of pliers. There we go. That's just a tiny little nail. That's it. So let's see if we can get this one out here. This one went in kind of sideways. Man, look at that. Just the tiniest piece of metal. Well, let's see if there's anything else in here that jumps out at us. Alright, so now we need to remove our Schrader valve. So I'm going to go get the can of goo to do that. Okay, so now you can see we've got the valve down at the 6 o'clock position. That's where you want it when you put the slime in. So I just have to tighten these lug nuts up, and then we'll drop this thing down. Do this right. All right, so now we're tightened up nice and even. All right, so now we can take the jack stand out from under it. And that'll push all the air out, and then we'll put our slime in, air it up, and go. But I think I'm going to hook it up first. I don't know how I'm going to do all this. I guess we'll figure it out. Alright, so let's get this thing jacked up, pull that out. So we've got our jack out, our stand out. Make sure that's down in the 6 o'clock position. We can drop our jack down. Alright, so now that we've got all that done, I'm going to take all my locks and stuff off the trailer. Woo! And then I don't know. I'm gonna probably hook it up and move it. We'll see what happens. Okay guys, so for a trailer tire, it says to use the full 16 ounces here. So that's what we're gonna do. Just gonna shake this stuff up a little bit. As you can see, the tire is nice and flat. I had to drive it around the big road out here and get into a better spot to work on it. And that way I can get out of the driveway a lot faster once I get all this stuff in the tire. Get the Schrader valve in and put some air in it. So that's the plan anyway. All right, so it's saying 55, but that doesn't seem right. Yeah, I don't think we're gonna go that heavy. All right, so let's go ahead and get our goo in here, I guess. So you just take your tube and you stick your tube on here, just like this. And then that tube goes here on our valve. And then you just squeeze your slime in. All right, that's our slime. Now we'll take our Schrader valve and Get that put back on. Okay, trailer valve's on. Go ahead and air this puppy up. Well, not giving me a reading on that, which sucks. Alright, so now I gotta run this thing around the block, so I'll be back. Well, we went around the block twice. When I pulled out of here, you could hear this thing hissing as it was losing air. It seems to be good now. So we'll keep an eye on it. If we lose pressure, we'll just have to revisit it, I guess. So I guess this will work for now. So let's get back to wiring, and I still got some drilling to do, so I won't bore you with the drilling, but I will get you back when we start to wire up our lights back here. All right, guys, and then I'm gonna put a guide light, I think up here. We'll put a guide light either here or on here somehow, maybe. That's the old guide light, but and I want to put one on this fender. So we'll see how we do. Okay, guys, so now we need to establish a ground, and previously I had used this spot here. I don't know if you can see that, but we'll take a closer look. That spot right there with that little blue fitting, that's been my ground. It constantly snaps off, so I'm gonna actually set my ground back here, and then that way I can wire tie it. I'm gonna set my ground back here a little bit, and that way I can wire tie it into place, and hopefully it won't break off like it was. So to do that, I need to clean it up. So we'll take a wire wheel, and we're gonna clean the paint up, and then we will run a self-tapper in there with an eyelet. All right, so we got our drill, and we're just gonna clean this up. All right, so we've got that down to bare metal, which is great. It's gonna give us a nice connection. Let's go ahead and take this and unspool it. And so what I want to do is I'm going to come down here to this round pipe, right to here, and that is going to be where we put this. That's interesting. Okay, so now we'll just twist this. We got our eyelet. I'm gonna put that on here. Now I just got to go get my crimper. Shoot, you right? Alrighty. So we are back in action, and we will go ahead and crimp this. Probably in 2 spots if we can do it. There we go. We'll take a self-tapping screw, and that should be enough to get us where we need to be. Now, no, that's not good. There it is. Let's try that again. All right, so we got it started a little better. Go ahead and put this eyelet back on. Oh, yes. Snapped it right off. that again. All right. Went a little gung-ho last time, which is my fault. So now we're going to go ahead and we are going to, you know what? Let's get this out of the way. Go ahead and secure our ground. Oh, I'm breaking everything today. Okay, so now we got our ground in place, looking nice. We have a wire tie up front holding all this in place. So I think I might throw an additional one there, just so we don't get any pull or tuggy tug. We'll just cut our excess off. Okay. So now that secures that. Now before I run this through the trailer, I'm going to run it to the back and test it, make sure that will work for what we're doing. And then I'll run that back and we'll connect the wires in the back. Plus, try and get our running lights on too tonight. All right, so I hooked this up, the red to the brown, which on the old one was yellow and brown. This one's yellow and red, but the red is actually supposed to go to 3 lights on the back if you're over 80 inches. But it also will run your guide lights here. So it runs this, and then it will run my other 2 amber lights I'm going to put on at the front here and up in the corner. And those amber lights will then be good to go. I may put some red ones here eventually, but for now, I know that works. So now I can run my wire underneath the trailer here, which is all ready to go underneath. This one's ran back already, and I know green is for the turn signal. Brown, just like the old harness, will run your guide lights and your tail lights. So that's already ran back. I'm going to connect that up real quick, and then we'll put in some guide lights on this side, and hopefully we'll get them done on that side too. All right, guys, so I'm going to get at it right now. Okay, guys, so as you can see, it's now under here. I put a little clip at the corner to hold that in place. We got all this set up in here, so I'm just going to test and make sure these work. Then we'll start the other side. All right, we got our guide light, tail light. All right, guys, so now we've got this side hooked up, and we did the same thing under here. Let's see if we can get a view of it. Got a nice little clip on the corner. Now just test these out real quick and make sure they're good to go. Well, guys, I hope you enjoyed this. It was a real quick, down and dirty video on how to do some trailer light wiring. I really wish I could have been more detailed. However, I am hard pressed for time. Today's Thursday. It's 9:30 at night, and I have to be on the road tomorrow after work at 5. So I was just hard pressed to get this done. I wish I could have been more detailed, but wiring harness that you get, man, it's so loud out here. It's just crazy. .30 at night. You might think it was rush hour, 6 o'clock in the morning. Anyway, guys, the lighting kit I got is a 25-foot kit. I got it from Harbor Freight. It was 14 bucks. And then I got an additional 25% off during the July 4th sale. So very clear instructions, very easy to follow. I did not have time to get my guide lights in. I will put those in another time. Maybe we'll do a video on that as well. But guys, here it is, all lit up, ready to go for our adventure that we have to go and pick up our RK24 tractor, and we're going to do a video on that and some pretty serious stuff that's just happened with it. So we'll have that in another video, but that's why I had to have this ready to go so we can get back up to the property and pick it up. Guys, thanks so much for checking us out here on Graybeard Garage. If this is something you like, give us that thumbs up button, hit the notification bell. That way you'll get a notification every time we upload a new video. If you're not a subscriber, please consider doing so, as it does help the channel out greatly. If you are already a subscriber, thank you so much. I do appreciate it. We're just over 500. We're like 530 subscribers now, so it's pretty awesome. Thanks for coming out and checking us out all the time, guys. I do appreciate it. And remember, you can do anything if you put your mind to it. We'll see you here next time on Graybeard Garage. My name is Matt. Until then, take care, guys.